Morning traders, just wanted to give you a brief market overview and a trading plan for today, which has been posted in Discord, but we'll just go over it quickly for those that want to watch it on the video. We have the 200 day on the SPX sitting at 43.27, so we do have a pretty good chance of reaching it today. We're opening down about 10 points on the futures. I think if they cross 43.05, they'll get it there. They should get it to that 43.27 then, which is roughly our T2 target on our pivot table today. To the downside, I think we have a chance basically at an S3, which is a 42.50. That would bring us right about, you can see, right about there. Figure the top of this wick. We're just a little extended off the 5. Could be an inside nothing day. Today's historicals are now showing a down day based off of yesterday's action. Our trend is trend 4, which is a W or M pattern for the day, which would be an intraday chart. And we'll get to that shortly. Let's go over the names on the list today. First one on the list, we've got good old, come on, good old, I can't spell. Good old FedEx. We got the pivot, 232.75. Wide spread here. We're probably opening right on it. Give it about 5 minutes to settle. Below the pivot, obviously want to take it short. Probably get that 229.51, which is the 200-day test. We didn't get that Monday. We got it right on the open Monday, so probably get a retest of that 200 if it's a pivot break to the downside. If they just squeeze the market off the open and this is the market pullback, I would look for right here, 236.64. That'll intersect with a symmetrical triangle, and that is also our second target for the day. So that's what we're looking for on FedEx. You guys have the options posted in the Discord of what to look for, and obviously continued push or pull. We'd be looking for the max 227.15, which is the 50-day to the downside, 238.94, which is the upside trade. Another one we have up there, looking at the tech sector, Microsoft, kind of sitting around. This is not the table I want. That is the table I want. Let's make it nice and big for you guys. All right, Microsoft. We have a gap to the upside that hasn't been filled, gap to the downside that hasn't been filled. Pivot 291.91. Same. We're opening a little above the pivot. So for this one, obviously, look for a break of 293.49 or failure resistance. Break above, you'd look for the 200-day 294.81, and then pretty good chance we'd fill that gap 296.28. Not that far ahead. 298.32 would be the ultimate upside target. All these do reach our ATR range for the day. If we fail and head downward, first part you'd look for support at 291.91. You could play it to the downside. If that supports and you're short, get right out of the trade. Obviously, you can give it 5 minutes on the open because it'll probably be a wacky open. Breaks down 290.11, 287.94, 286.51, and then this doesn't fill the gap, but we do have some price action here. 284.45. Got to watch on tech, obviously. What are they going to do with bonds and rates right now? Bonds down a little bit, which means rates up a little bit. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Microsoft's kind of been fiddling around, deciding where its next move is. Other thing, dollar's still strong. Watch that. So got to definitely keep an eye on the dollar. If it breaks 107, I do think stocks retreat if we break 107 on the dollar. Keep a strong eye on that. Slower trade of the day. Probably be a little easier one to get into. Got to keep an eye on good old oil with this one. We got Exxon, 92.73. Get past that, and it looks like, look at that, we'll open up right around there. Get past that and hold. We'll get that gap fill, which also intersects with a longer term trend line, 93.47. Past that, 94.02. And then you basically have free range to 95.20. Probably get a little bit of a pause right around this area, 94.60, but should be straightforward. I did see them buying the energy names end of the day yesterday. Look at our morning list of what they were buying, what they were selling. But they were selling. Interestingly, TLT was on the sell side. Downside play. Obviously, we're opening right around here. It looks like we're going to open right on there. Failure here. Look for 91.83. Look for the 10-day. Got a pretty tight area over here between the 10-day and the 50-day. 91.12 and 90.68. That breaks, we will see 89.66. Options are cheap. Shouldn't be too big, too fast of a mover. So for those that want a slower trade, this is the one for you. And then the last one on the list, which I shouldn't have closed the list, is Caterpillar. Of course, we'll be looking at other names throughout the day, but this is the focus list. This is the main one you want to watch, so you're not watching 20 names. 196.84. You never know where Caterpillar is going to open because you got about a $2 range, so it looks like it's going to open right around there. Push up, we do have a gap fill. 198.26. Watch that. Okay, that could be quick resistance, but then a downside play. If it breaks through that, you got 199.49. Big level 201.07, then 202.79. Downside. Failure at resistance there because it does look like we're opening right around there. Failure at resistance there, you got 194.64, 193.07, and then I think we only get to like 191.91. If that breaks on a decent pull, we could see the gap fill 190.79. We do have this trend line you have to watch out for, and it's really going to intersect closer to around these two. We'd break the trend line to get down to there. All right, let's just take a look at two more things, more macro-wise. Home Depot, pretty decent earnings today. Nothing bad. Not really helping or hurting the market. Market's kind of flattish. I'm just looking at the YM. At 61, it's pulling off a little bit now. Home Depot reported, Walmart reported. Walmart, I think it's opening up right where we targeted, right by the 200-day, unless it moved a lot since then. Nope. Look at that, guys. Went over Walmart yesterday for all of you that wanted to trade earnings. We saw that late sweep in the trade to the 200-day. Look at that. 136.17. Gonna open up over the 200-day. 138 was where the trade was. Actually, that is not. That's the 89-day. Sorry, guys. Excuse that error. Unless it moved drastically. Yeah, there it is. 138.79. Forgot I was on the 89-day there. 138.79. 200-day. Where are we opening? Right around the 200-day. Expect the 200-day test. For those of you that took those 138s, I would sell them on the open. That's when you're going to have the most premium. Sell them on the open. Obviously, once we go live, I will give you the exact amount they should open at. Failure there, look for a pull down to 137.44, all the way down to 135.90. A little different than last time Walmart reported earnings. Last time opened up flat and shot up. This time it shot up, so let's see what the reaction is. The big thing is, what does it do with the 200-day? That is your test. Home Depot. All right. We were working perfectly with this fib levels. I don't think Home Depot is doing much unless down 4. All right, so you're watching, you're in no man's land with Home Depot. Oh, there you go. There you are, guys. I don't think anyone took Home Depot. And I can't get it to click. Come on. Okay, you got a 310.15. What else you got? You got the 10-day simple moving average. So if anyone's in Home Depot or looking at the play today, even though it's not on our top 4 list, watch that 10-day. You guys have this chart. After that, watch the fibs. If you don't have the chart, I will post it in the Discord. I want to keep this under 10 minutes, so let's just hurry this up. All right, what happened to rates yesterday? Looks like they stayed flat. Rates, inversion, still minus 41. No big change in rates. Watch it today with the moving bonds. Obviously, you know I'm always keeping an eye on that. The only other one I want to look at, well, I'll look at 2 more. Copper-gold ratio. Gold is still outpacing copper on the ratios. So, just means the economy's not building things right. Copper they use to build things. Gold they use to, I don't know, make jewelry. Sit in safety. So it's kind of flat. Nothing really to look at there. Nothing alarming. And last but not least, where are credit spreads? And we will be done. Credit spreads, 0.66. So we got no movement on credit spreads. They've basically been sitting there for a pretty decent amount of time. So credit's not tightening, not loosening, sitting flat till they make their next move. All right, guys, let's get ready for the trading day. Let me post this so you can see it before the market opens. And I will speak to you guys in a few minutes.